Trying to figure out what happened specifically. Well, I want to hear it from your mouth because I didn't hear it from you. Can you turn that down? Actually, pause it. The remote's here. Pause it.
What?
Get the remote.
Oh!
Are we gonna videotape this?
Shut up!
Why would I videotape it? You want to videotape your kid getting spanked?
I do. So I can show it to the whole world. So I got my belt ready right there. Okay, but listen.
That's
okay,
a pretty
all
picture, Mom.
Okay, listen. Let's start. So explain. Give me your explanation because, we have discussed this situation about when you get into a situation in school, you have to have a good reason why you're gonna put your hands on somebody. Because it's not horse playing. Okay, it's not. For that you go to wrestling. I told you that. Okay, if you want to be physical and So you're saying the principal told me that you dared. That was her word. Lorenzo dared this kid, the other kid, to do something, and the kid winded up doing it. So right away, when you dare somebody, okay, you're basically interacting with the problem. It's not like you're avoiding it, okay? Because if you would have been avoiding it, you wouldn't have dared him. Okay, so let me hear from your words exactly what happened.
So after PE was done, we had 10 minutes until we were leaving. So we were sitting down playing games on our Chromebook. And he grabbed
Were you part of playing games in the Chromebook with him?
Not with him, I was
Okay.
just playing games in general.
Okay.
So I was sitting down and I looked back and he held up a water bottle like he was about to throw it at me. So I said, do it, I dare you. Not like daring him to do it, but like as a threat,
Okay, now was
If does
he threatening you with the water bottle?
that, yes, he looked like he was gonna throw it at me.
Okay.
So I said, do it, dare you. I dare you to. It was like,
Yeah, it's like a joke, like I dare you, like I know.
Okay.
And then.
So then he threw it at me, right?
And hit you where?
He hit me in the back, on my back. So I turned around because I didn't want him to hit me in the face. So he hit me in the back.
Did the water bottle have water in it? No,
Okay,
it was empty.
No, it had one.
Okay.
So he wet you while he threw it at you?
No, it was heavy.
Oh, the water bottle was closed and he threw it at you. The water bottle, the whole water bottle, like a whole water bottle. He just threw it at you. Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then what?
So then I said, okay, remember that. So after PE, when we were going to our second period, I smacked him. And then I went to walk away, and he came up behind me, and he smacked me in the eye. So my eyes started watering because he had smacked me in the eye. He was like, look at Lorenzo crying. And he was mocking me because I was crying. So I go up to him and I punch him and then I walk away.
And then what did he do?
He did nothing.
He did nothing?
He sat there and cried. Well, he was just like acting tough about it. After I punched him. And then I just walked away to my class.
And then what happened after that?
Well, I saw him walking down the hallway with his teacher and he had a swollen eye. And then they called me to the front office.
Okay. Alright. So what did the principal say to you?
Well, the principal didn't talk to me because
So then who talked to you? Or whoever talked to you, what did they say to you?
Miss Anderson said that it wasn't just my fault, that we both escalated the problem, and how the kid told her that it was a dare, like I dared him to do it on purpose, to throw it at me. So that's pretty much it.
Well, you don't even need to be here, okay? So if you can't be quiet, I suggest you go to your room, okay? So my suggestion between me and your mother was, because you will, once you go back to school, you will be on a behavior contract. You know what that is, right? Okay. For the next school year because of this incident. And she said she was going to split both of you guys up because this hasn't been the first time that you've had this issue with this particular kid, right? The last time was the slapping around. Okay. So I suggested to your mother that, since you haven't had a whooping in a long time, that maybe you should get one for this situation. So what do you think? 3, no tears, no crying, is good? Punishment? No?
Like,
You don't think you should get punished for this?
well, it was a good reason. You said if it was a good reason, there's no reason.
Well, a good reason is
You
being
said
bullied.
that
A good reason is being. Did you tell a teacher or somebody this particular kid is bothering me instead of daring him to do something? If he's threatening you with a water bottle,
Or even if after he threw it, like even if you said, I throw it, I dare you, like the way you said, which I understand, after he threw it at you, what do you think would have been a better choice than slapping him? Because that's basically after he threw the water bottle at you, you went up to him after the fact, right? It wasn't right away. It's not like you went up and slapped him right away, right? Did you slap him like later? Okay, so then you escalated it, like Mrs. Anderson said. You escalated it to that point where it caused him to react again. And, I know that being a tattletale isn't necessarily what you want to do, but if somebody throws a full water bottle at you that's assaulting you, and that could have essentially hurt you. Now, and at the end of the day, the better thing would have been to go to your teacher and say, he just threw that water bottle at me. And whether you dared him to or not, it would have been on him, because at the end of the day, he needed to practice self-control.
well, it's not about tattletale. It's basically if somebody's threatening you with a water bottle, you got one or two choices. Do the thing, one, what you did, which dare somebody, and then continue on with the whole thing, or go to a teacher and say, hey, listen, so and so is threatening me with a water bottle, okay, and I don't want to get into no fight, or I don't want to get into, so I'm letting you know.
Because it's either you or the other guy. And now both of you got suspended.
So that way, at least if you do get into it with him, you have already talked to a teacher about it and let them know that so and so is bothering you. And, I've discussed this with you. I've always told you guys that if somebody's bothering you, you don't dare nobody. You don't continue arguing. You go to a teacher and say, so and so is bothering me. I don't want to get into no fights. I don't want to get into trouble. So I would like you to handle it. So if that person continues after you've already done that, then yes, you have the green light to defend yourself because you have already told somebody. Okay? But if somebody is daring you or bothering you and puts you in a situation, you have one or two choices. Either do what you did today, which is say, I dare you.
Well, because it's kind of like what happened the last time.
And if you say, I dare you amongst your peers, everybody's going to be like, ooh, right? Was there anything like that?
But I don't know. I think that's besides the point. I think that just like last time with the gym, he was bothering you that day. You guys were doing that neck slapping thing, right? And he was bothering you. So obviously he's an instigator. He's somebody who instigates to create problems, to get a reaction. And, the first time that happened, what is this saying? First time, shame on you. Second time, shame on me. And if you think that the first time, you have to read people's characters. You're not friends with this kid. You've already said that you're not friends with him, really. He's somebody that bothers just to get a rise out of you, to get a reaction, and he got one. So, I think that no matter what, you've got to learn the lesson that you cannot take the matters into your own hands without consequences.
Well, no, the argument is this. If you would have told somebody and this kid would have continued bothering you, then we have a reason to go to school and have a discussion with the principal about why you're getting suspended. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just it.
We don't have anything to go
We don't
on
have
because you
nothing
didn't
to go
tell an
by.
adult.
Right away, you dared somebody, so you're pretty much egging on what he's starting. You're responding to what he's starting by egging him on. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you would have done the other way, which is go to a teacher and say, "Hey, listen, so and so is bothering me. I don't want to get into any fights. It's not, it's not being punking out or anything. It's just basically avoiding getting into trouble. Because at the end of the day, you still have to come here and you still have to deal with me over this situation." You understand what I'm saying? Like I've told you guys, I don't mind if you get into a fight, but you better have a real good reason why you're getting into a fight. So when I go to school, I have a good reason to argue why are they suspending you for that reason. You understand? But if you dare somebody to do something, you pretty much egging that person on to do it. If you wouldn't have dared him and he would have done it anyway, okay, then it would have been automatically his fault. He's bullying. But since you dared him, it goes, it's back and forth. Okay, it's like the last time he slapped you, you slapped him, he slapped you, you slapped him. You understand what I'm saying? The last time, as soon as he slapped you, you go to it, and you're not friends. It's one thing if you're friends, but if you're not friends and he just picks on you just because you're quiet and because you're Lorenzo, and he just comes and just slaps the shit out of you in the head, you got one or two choices. You either slap him back, or you go to a teacher and say, "Mrs. Anderson, so-and-so just slapped me, and we're not playing around. He's not my friend, and I don't want to get in trouble, so I'm letting you know that he slapped me." Now, you give it to her to correct him, and then if he does it again, then you have permission to defend yourself. See, I want you to make sure you understand what I say when I say it, okay? Not somebody's daring you or pushing you and right away you're just going to punch him. No, you got to go to an adult and you got to let that adult know that so-and-so is bothering you before you put your hands on him. You understand what I'm saying? And you didn't do that. So since you didn't do that, okay, the teachers automatically assume that it's a back and forth thing, and because of it, both of you are getting suspended. So I have nothing to argue. I just have to say, okay, he dared him. He dared him. Yes, he dared him. And the kid, da-da-da. And then it went back and forth. It's like, all right, fuck, I can't argue. Now, are they friends? I think they're friends, but they had this situation before, so they're kind of like one of those, they're kind of that kind of friendship where they kind of go at it, So that's why I was like, okay. I don't know of any friends that you have any issues with that would, I know you mess around with your friends, but, you guys know when to stop. So when it comes to him slapping you and you punching him, that's not friends. To me, that's not friends. You know what I mean? So obviously he's not your friend. Or is he your friend? He's not your friend. Okay, so therefore, when somebody that is not your friend is bothering you, or he's making fun of you, or he's throwing jokes at you, the way you stop that is by going to an adult and saying, so-and-so is either making fun of me, or he's saying things that are not to my liking, or he's pushing me. You go to a teacher, and you go to somebody that's an adult, and you let them know that so-and-so is bothering you. Okay? Just for the simple fact that you don't want to get into trouble. Okay. And once you have done that already, and this person continues to do that, continues to bother you, then, and only then, are you allowed to put your hands on somebody. Okay? But not daring somebody to do that. Daring is not part of that. Okay? You understand now? So, with that being said, you have to be punished. Is that okay? So 3. Well, your mother thought that instead of 3, I should punish you a different way. Okay? So she suggested that your punishment should be, instead of getting 3 whippings, because I thought 3 whippings was kind of too low. I was thinking more like 5. But she said 3 was not a good punishment for you. She said a proper punishment for you would be going to wrestling camp. So, what's it going to be? You have a choice. She chose, not me. I'm better off just giving you the 3, getting it out of the way, but she's suggesting wrestling camp. So hurry up and make that decision. I'll be right back. Let me know what you want to do.
How long are you going to be? How long are you going to give him to think about it?
I don't know. Can you make that decision now? Wrestling camp at 3. What's it going to be? Remember,
Wrestling camp for 3.
no crying, no tearing, straight up breathing. That's it. You cry or you tear, you get 1 more. You know how the rules go.
Well, he still has to make a choice.
I'm just letting you. Let me clear this out of the way just in case.
This is the difficult choice?
Well, he hasn't got a whooping. When was the last time you got whooped? When was the last time you got 3?
He's never gotten 3. He's either gotten 1.
No, he got 3 probably.
Oh, remember when I didn't do the dishes? When Joey and Lorenzo didn't do the dishes?
Well, hurry up, because I want to take a shower. Wrestling camp is right. What? When they come back from Puerto Rico?
I'm gonna have to get a phone
Yeah.
in wrestling camp. Don't go.
Hello. Hurry up.
Can I speak to him?
No.
Wrestling camp at 3. Let's go. Hurry up. Want me to make the decision for you?
No, because I know what you're gonna choose.
What? What? Why? What's wrong with her?
Underwear, no way.
I told you what to do with them.
Three, right?
3 or wrestling camp? Do, 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 do.
Huh?
I can't hear you.
What is it?
I can't hear you. You still haven't made your decision? You can't choose between a spanking and wrestling camp?
I mean, spanking doesn't last. Wrestling can't last for a week. Make a choice. Whooping lasts for a day.
What?
Whooping lasts for like 5 minutes. Wrestling lasts for a week.
Wrestling, I know that.
Who, me? No.
Don't choose wrestling.
I'd
'cause then
rather
I
choose
get a
this
phone.
right here. You know how much it cost me to send you to wrestling?
I get a phone.
This doesn't cost me anything. Come here, lay
costs
down,
you
bro,
like
because I already
$5
made the decision for you.
Can I put on pants to be comfortable? When I feel comfortable, at least I buy
You could put a pillow and lay down there, and I can go.
Ooh, no, that's too hard.
Oh no.
No, babe, that's too hard.
That is not hard.
It is hard.
It's hard.
Are you sure?
It's here. It's here.
No.
Not hard.
No.
Yes, it is. You gave me a bruise from that. A big one, bro. That's that big. You gave me that. With a bat, too.
Yeah, but the bruises go away.
What? They still hurt. Mine was that big on my butt.
You deserve that.
I hit Lorenzo when he was doing a cartwheel on his foot.
Okay, come on, hurry. Come on. I'm making the decision for you. I know you don't want to go to wrestling camp.
Oh, you're hitting like mega hard.
Yeah, no, that's too hard.
Hit him with the skateboard instead.
Well, he does have a choice.
Dude, wrestling camp? Oh, like, take me my TV, bro.
Your mother's. Listen. We're dragging this too long. I want to take a shower.
A month?
Listen. I wasn't giving no suggestions or anything. I was strictly 3 and out. Your mother, being the charitable one that she is in this house, decided that you did deserve a punishment, and wrestling camp would be your punishment. Okay? That was your mother's idea, not mine. Okay? So, I know for a fact that you would be willing to take 3, then go to wrestling camp. So
these shorts are so comfortable.
I know, but that's why it just has to get harder, because if you choose a whipping over wrestling camp, I have to make it worth it.
My feet are cold. Hurry up.
Then I choose wrestling.
Really?
Really?
Listen, after that you hit the floor? You think he's going to choose?
He's got enough cushion to take that.
No.
5 minutes.
It's not
No.
like flat ass.
No.
5 minutes. 5 minutes for a week.
5 minutes for a week.
A
What?
week for 5 minutes. That's gonna hurt for like 5 minutes, and he's gonna stay in wrestling camp for a week.
I know.
That's a stupid choice.
Your stupid choice.
You're a stupid mistake.
You see, that's how you got in trouble in school.
No, it's not.
Okay, talk to an adult.
She's not.